Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to peel back the veil on one of life's biggest mysteries. We're exploring what happens in those very first moments after we leave this world, all according to Islamic tradition.
I mean, it's a question that everyone asks at some point, right? When we die, is that it? Are we just gone? Well, according to this tradition, the answer is a definite no. It's not an end, but a massive transition. The journey doesn't stop, it just enters a whole new phase.
So this waiting place is called the Barzakh, and I want you to get this picture out of your head of some empty void or just a deep sleep. That's not it at all. It's actually described as this dynamic, almost lifelike state where your experience is directly shaped by the life you just finished living.
Now think about who's saying this. This isn't just some random person. This is Uthman ibn Affan, one of the Prophet Muhammad's closest companions. And get this, the stories say he would weep more at the sight of a grave than when he thought about heaven or hell. Why? Because he knew. He understood that this very first stage sets the tone for everything, and I mean everything, that comes after.
All right, so let's really get into it. The moment the soul leaves the body, well, it's described as being a completely different experience, depending on whether you were a person of faith or someone who was, let's say, a bit heedless.
And right here, you see this immediate, massive fork in the road. For the believer, the soul is said to just slip out, gently, welcomed by these angels of mercy. But for the heedless, oh man, it's a harsh, painful extraction. It's like the soul is desperately clinging to a world it has to leave, facing all the agonies of death.
So once the soul is in the grave, the first big test kicks off. Two angels, Munkar and Nakir, show up, and they ask every single soul three fundamental questions. Who is your Lord? What is your religion? And who is your prophet? But here's the kicker, right? You can't just cram for this test. The answers aren't something you can memorize from a book. They have to come from your heart. It's a direct reflection of how you actually lived your life.
Okay, so after that test, you're settled into your new home. But here's the thing, you are not alone. Not by a long shot, because your actions from your life, they just became your new roommates.
This is where things get really, really wild. This idea that your actions, they take on a physical form. I mean, think about that. Every prayer you made, every kind word you spoke, every bit of charity you gave, it doesn't just vanish into the ether. It follows you. It becomes real.
And this is the direct result of that. It's one of two realities. For the righteous, the grave literally expands. It becomes a beautiful, spacious garden filled with light, like a little window looking straight into paradise. But for the neglectful, it's the total opposite. It becomes a constricting, dark, terrifying pit, a preview of the fire. So you see, we are, right now, in this very moment, building the very home we're going to live in.
You know, there's a saying that when a person is buried, three things follow them to the grave: their family, their wealth, and their deeds. But think about it. The family says goodbye and goes home. The wealth gets left behind. They all turn back. Only one thing stays with you: your deeds. They become your only true eternal companions.
And this is beautiful. For those who really lived with the Qur'an, who made it a part of their daily life, it's said to show up as a beautiful friend, a companion who actually speaks up for you. It'll say, I'm the one that kept you up at night, that made you thirsty while you were fasting. Imagine the comfort of that in such an overwhelming new place.
But, okay, what about everyone we left behind? Our loved ones? Does death just sever all those ties? Well, no. The connection can actually stay incredibly strong and meaningful.
Yeah, the souls in the Barzakh, they're described as being aware. They're waiting for news, hoping to hear about their loved ones. And what's amazing is that what we do here in this life can still reach them. It can arrive as these little gifts of light in their new world.
So how can you actually do that? How do you send these gifts? Well, there are a few really powerful ways. First, just making sincere prayers for them, asking for their forgiveness and mercy. Second, giving charity in their name. And third, and this is a big one, is ongoing charity, sadaqah jariyah. Think about it, a well you help dig, knowledge you share that people are still using. These are like dividends of good deeds that keep paying out to both of you.
I mean, just pause and picture that for a second. You say a simple prayer for your grandparent, or you give a few dollars to charity in their name, and an angel personally delivers it to them as a gift of light, a message saying, someone who loves you is thinking of you. It's such a beautiful, powerful idea that love really does transcend death.
Okay, this brings us to our final point. And honestly, it might be the most surprising part of this whole journey.
There's one universal emotion that every single soul feels in this new place.
It's this statement from the Prophet Muhammad, and it's so absolute. There is no one who dies but that he shall have regret. Not some people, not most people, everyone. Everyone feels regret.
But wait, here's the part that'll blow your mind. The regret of the good people? It's not about the bad things they did. It's about all the good they didn't get a chance to do. The moment that veil is lifted, they see the true, incredible value of just one good deed, one simple prayer, and they wish they could have done 1 billion more. It's like the currency of this life is suddenly revealed, and they realize they didn't invest nearly enough.
There's this incredible story that just drives this point home. Jaber's father was martyred in battle, and he was granted this audience with God. And the reward, the honor he felt was so overwhelming, so immense that God asked him what he wanted. And his only wish, it was to go back. Not to live out his days with his family, no. He wanted to go back and be martyred 10 more times, just to experience that incredible feeling of honor again. That completely flips our whole understanding of what's valuable, doesn't it?
So, when you boil it all down, the Barzakh isn't some far-off abstract idea for later. It's a reality that we are building right now, today. Every choice we make, every word we say, every little act of kindness, it's a brick in the foundation of our forever home. And that really leaves us with one massive question, doesn't it? What are you building?